how to find a great mentor for your life coaching business. Coaches need coaches. Have you noticed this already? The greatest coaches that I know have coaches who have mentored and trained and helped them along the way. I'll share with you who some of mine have been and give you 3 considerations to keep in mind as you consider yours. I'm Dr. Paul Jenkins. I'm a professional psychologist, and some of my mentors to become a psychologist go back to my early training years as I was coming out of the university and looking for ways to establish myself as a professional psychologist. I found Dr. Randy Hyde. He was my first mentor and coach as a professional psychologist. He provided me with the supervision I needed to complete my licensure and a context in which I could practice my newly learned skills as a professional psychologist. This was so important to me as a young professional to see a seasoned professional like Dr. Hyde doing the good work that he did, and he taught me a lot of what I came to know professionally. I worked in that clinic with Dr. Hyde for about 15 years, and that set me up to move on to the other parts of my career that have become so meaningful to me now. I'll always be grateful to Dr. Hyde for the mentor that he became in my life. And Randy, if you're watching this video, thank you, my friend. That was amazing. Now, to give you a quick context for what I'm about to share with you, that first 15 years of my career as I was working with Dr. Hyde and the good people at Preferred Family Clinic in Provo, Utah, which is still a great place, by the way. If you need some help in the Provo, Utah area, go to Preferred Family Clinic. They'll take good care of you. After about 15 years in that setting, I realized that my particular interests and skill set were geared more toward positive psychology and coaching than traditional psychotherapy that I had already been trained and educated in. This is where I ran into a little problem because all of my clinical training had not prepared me to do the things that were necessary to set up my own shop. I had been trained as a professional psychologist, not as a business person. So I realized that the next coaches that I needed to have in my life would be those who could teach me and mentor me about things that I was less familiar with, like sales and marketing. I also was very familiar with the clinical side of things, but not so much with the coaching side of things. I've done other videos here on the channel, even recently, if you go look through some of the recent uploads about the difference between therapy and coaching. Go take a look at some of those if you want to see what I've learned. Now, fast forward to a couple of years ago when I hired Jody Moore as my new coach. You can see here on the channel a couple of collaboration videos that I did with Jody Moore, just so you can get a feel for who she is. And I selected her for a couple of specific reasons. She knows the coaching industry. I know the therapy industry, the clinical side of things, or at least I did in that early part of my career. And I needed a mentor who knew this new area that I wanted to get into. And that's why I hired Jody. Also, my wife had worked with her in one of her membership programs and had shared with me some of the ideas that Jody Moore was using in her coaching, all of which resonated so much with my heart and my soul about what I think I'm here to do for my clients. So it was a good fit. Jody helped me to take my business from this level up to this level, where it was opening up new possibilities for me and creating new opportunities that I didn't even know I was missing before. My next coach was Michelle Villalobos. As I've mentioned these two particular coaches and mentors in my life, go visit their channel. will you? Just check it out right here on YouTube so that you can get a sense of who I'm talking about. And they may or may not be people that you want to work with as well. But I think that'll give you a little feel. Now that I've shared some of my history with you, let's get into 3 considerations that you might want to keep in mind as you decide who your mentors and coaches will be. Consideration number 1, has this person done or is currently doing what I aspire to do? When I hired Jody Moore, I saw that she had built her coaching business to a very prosperous and impactful level. I wanted to do that, and I saw that she was already doing it. That's an important consideration. When I hired Michelle Villalobos, I saw that she had put together a business model that lends itself perfectly to some things that I can see myself doing in the future. That's important when you select a mentor. Consideration number 2 is probably every bit as important. Is this person in alignment with my values and purposes? I have seen other people out there who are doing what I want to do, but as I interact with them or see their videos or learn more about their philosophies, it's not in alignment with what I'm all about, and it wouldn't be a great fit as a result. Now, I'm all about opening our mind to other possibilities, but what I'm talking about here is having a sense of what your core values are, what your purpose is, and finding a mentor that's in alignment with that. I remember several experiences I've had with both Jody and Michelle where I just felt that alignment. And you probably know what I'm talking about. It just clicks with you in a way that confirms, yes, I am in the right place. I am hanging out with the right people to move me forward. And they'll push me, they'll stretch me. Sometimes they kick my trash, but it's all in alignment with what I think my core purpose and values are. Here's consideration number 3. Do I see that bringing this person in on my team is an investment in me and my ability to create value for my people? It's easy to see the price tag sometimes and think, oh, that's really expensive. It's only really expensive if it's not an investment that has a productive return. Think about what I'm saying here. It could be just an expense, or it could be an investment. I have found, as I have carefully selected my coaches and mentors, that it's always an investment in me and my ability to create value. What this means for you is that making that investment will pay off great dividends and returns. I can look at my financial statements and see how investing in these 2 particular coaches, Jody Moore and Michelle Villalobos, have created for me a return that is greater than whatever the price was to hire them. And that's a pretty good investment, wouldn't you say? You get to decide who you bring on as your mentors or your coaches in your life coaching practice. Whether it's me or Jody or Michelle or anyone else that you identify, think of those 3 considerations and choose well. I would encourage you to have someone in your camp that can mentor you and coach you. If you think that that could be me, let's have a conversation about that. Go sign up for a free breakthrough call with a member of my team. The URL on the screen will take you right there. drpauljenkins.com/breakthrough call. Let's have a chat and see if we might be able to work together.